The human body can endure many things, but not the perfect strike at the perfect moment. These are the knockouts that didn't just end fights. They shattered expectations, rewrote legacies, and left even the toughest warriors staring at the lights in bewildered defeat. When technique, timing, and raw violence collide, history is made. For over 30 years, the UFC has been the ultimate proving ground for combat sports, but nothing captures its essence like a devastating knockout. This countdown goes beyond just highlight reel finishes. We're examining the artistry behind the violence. Each knockout was selected based on technical brilliance, historical significance, and sheer "did that just happen?" factor. From career-defining moments like McGregor's 13-second magic to underdog triumphs like Edwards' last-minute head kick, these finishes represent the pinnacle of MMA's most electrifying aspect. We've weighed not just the impact of the strikes, but their context, how they altered careers, shocked the world, or redefined what's possible in the octagon. Whether it's Ngannou's terrifying power or Buckley's improvised genius, these are the knockouts that still give fans chills years later. At UFC 278, Leon Edwards faced Kamaru Usman after a 10-fight unbeaten streak. Dominated for nearly 24 minutes, Rocky seemed defeated, until, with 56 seconds left, he unleashed a perfect head kick, knocking Usman out cold. The strike was brutal, but the moment was elevated by coach Dave Lovell's inspiring speech before the 5th round. Edwards' comeback victory, one of the greatest in UFC history, showcased resilience and precision, cementing his place as champion. The knockout wasn't just a finish, it was a story of perseverance and a single, fight-altering strike. At UFC 193, Holly Holm shocked the world by dismantling the seemingly invincible Ronda Rousey. A decorated boxer, Holm outstruck Rousey in the first round before sealing the upset in the second with a devastating head kick. The perfectly placed strike landed flush on Rousey's neck, sending her crashing to the canvas unconscious. This knockout not only ended Rousey's dominance but redefined women's MMA, proving even the most feared champions could be dethroned. Holm's technical brilliance and composed execution made it one of the most iconic and unexpected knockouts in UFC history. In an epic back-and-forth war at UFC Fight Night 139, Yair Rodriguez and the Korean Zombie traded blows until the final seconds. With just one tick left on the clock, Rodriguez unleashed a savage upward elbow that instantly flattened his opponent. The strike, unorthodox, perfectly timed, and brutally efficient, left Zombie face-planted on the canvas as the horn sounded. This last-second knockout wasn't just dramatic, it was a masterclass in creativity under pressure. Rodriguez's highlight reel finish remains one of the most jaw-dropping in UFC history, proving that in MMA, anything can happen until the very last moment. At UFC 218, Francis Ngannou unleashed one of the most vicious punches in MMA history. Facing veteran striker Alistair Overeem, the Predator connected with a monstrous uppercut that lifted the Dutchman off his feet and left him stiffened on the canvas. The sheer concussive force of the blow, described as nearly decapitating, showcased Ngannou's otherworldly power. Lasting less than 2 minutes, this knockout wasn't just a win. It was a terrifying display of raw strength that announced Ngannou as the UFC's most feared heavyweight. A single punch that still haunts highlight reels today. In a stunning reversal of fate at UFC 70, Gabriel Gonzaga knocked out legendary kickboxer Mirko Cro Cop with his own signature move, a brutal head kick. Known for his devastating left high kick, Cro Cop instead found himself on the receiving end as Gonzaga's shin connected flush, rendering him unconscious before he hit the canvas. The impact was so violent it nearly snapped Cro Cop's ankle upon landing. This iconic 2007 knockout stands as one of MMA's greatest ironies, the master of head kicks falling victim to his own trademark technique in devastating fashion. At UFC 142, Edson Barboza made history with the promotion's first spinning wheel kick knockout. The Brazilian striker perfectly timed his whirling strike in the 3rd round, cracking Terry Adams' temple and sending him crashing face-first to the canvas. What made this 2012 finish legendary wasn't just its innovation, it was the flawless technique and balletic precision behind the brutal impact. While others have since replicated spinning kicks, Barboza's remains the gold standard, a masterpiece of timing and power that still tops UFC highlight reels as one of the most aesthetically perfect knockouts ever delivered. At UFC 194, Conor McGregor made history with the fastest title fight knockout, a 13-second demolition of longtime featherweight King Jose Aldo. The Irishman's signature left hand found its mark immediately, shutting off Aldo's lights mid-rush. This 2015 knockout wasn't just about speed, it was the culmination of McGregor's psychological warfare and technical precision. The punch transformed MMA's landscape, cementing McGregor as a global superstar while ending Aldo's decade-long dominance in brutal fashion. More than just a knockout, it became a cultural moment. The instant a brash prediction became devastating reality in one of combat sport's most iconic finishes. UFC 239 witnessed history when Jorge Masvidal delivered the fastest knockout in UFC records, a flying knee that starched Ben Askren in just 5 seconds. As the unbeaten wrestler shot for a takedown, Masvidal's perfectly timed knee met his charging head with sickening impact, leaving Askren unconscious before he hit the canvas. This 2019 knockout wasn't just about speed. It was a masterclass in fight IQ and violent precision. Gamebred's knee became an instant viral sensation, embodying the essence of his BMF persona while rewriting the UFC record books in spectacular fashion. A knockout so brutal, it transcended the sport. At UFC 300's BMF title fight, Max Holloway created an all-time moment with a last-second knockout of Justin Gaethje. With 10 seconds remaining in their 5-round war, Holloway pointed to the mat, inviting a final stand-and-trade exchange. If these knockouts left you as speechless as they left these fighters, smash that like button. It helps more fight fans witness these legendary moments. Got a favorite KO we missed? Roast us in the comments below. And if you live for these highlight reel finishes, subscribe and hit the bell. We drop weekly videos breaking down MMA's most brutal, beautiful, and brain-rattling moments. Share this with someone who still thinks boxing is the king of knockouts? Then show them Nganu's uppercut again. Stay tuned.